wonder which clothing pieces actually fly off the shelf on auctions? I'm talking fast bids, big profits, and eager buyers ready to compete. If you've been stuck with slow sales, or you're just curious what's crushing it on eBay auctions, then this video is for you. I'm breaking down the best types of clothes to list on auction, showing real sales and why they work, and how you can use this strategy to clear inventory and boost profits. Stick around and we'll dive right in. If you're new here, then welcome to the channel. My name is Lee Meyer. I'm a stay-at-home mom of four, and I've made well over $100,000 net profit flipping used clothes and other items on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I'm on a mission to be able to help as many resellers as I can be able to hit that $100,000 mark for themselves. Now, before we get started, I want to take a second to invite you to grab some of my freebies that are going to help you reach that mark a whole lot quicker. Down here in the description below this video, this is where you're going to find things like my best brands list. That's a list of brands that has led me to the $100,000 mark and beyond. You'll also find a link down there to get my free keywords list, as well as my free $100,000 reseller challenge. Again, all of that is down here in the description below this video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's topic. And these are some of the best items to sell on auction on eBay. Now, it can be a big decision of whether to go with an auction or a fixed price listing. And that is not what this video is about, but I will be doing a video soon to help you make that determination, because it isn't just guesswork and hoping for the best. It's about using real data and making informed decisions to be able to make top dollar for your items. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on when that video drops. This first item is a women's pajama set from a brand that is called Roller Rabbit. This pajama set sold with 9 bids for about $70. It's a good reminder to not overlook lesser known brands, because some of those brands can have really good followings. Now, this next item is actually 2 pairs of men's Wrangler jeans. These are known as Retro Slim Straight, and these sold with 6 bids on them for $50. This next one is a shearling lined men's coat. This one had 9 bids on it and it sold for $51. And I do want to point out that this is an unbranded as well as flawed item. It actually has a hole on it. And auctions can be a really good way to deal with items where you didn't notice a flaw right at the beginning. You're not sure how much you can get for it. Sometimes auctions will surprise you with how much flawed items like this can go for. Larry Mahan is one of those brands with a really good following. This is a pair of blue cowboy boots that had 5 bids on it, and it went for $111. And these do have quite a bit of wear on the bottoms. Aloe Yoga is another brand with a really good following. This is a sweatpants and sports bra set. This one had 20 bids on it and ended up going for $72. Now, there's a lot of different theories on how to best run auctions, whether to use a low starting bid or start at a higher price point. Even with a higher price point, that can give a deadline for buyers to make a decision. And some of the items that I'm going to be showing, some of the sales, do have 1 bid on them. And this is a Wrangler men's denim jacket. This one had 1 bid on it and it sold for $75. That tells me that the starting price was $75. That worked for this seller because it forced the buyer to make a decision before that auction ended. And that can be an effective strategy to make a sale a whole lot quicker than having to wait weeks or months for a sale to come in. This is an item that had a lot of bidding action. It had 15 bids on it and went for $525. And this is a Loro Piana baby cashmere sweater. Now, this does not mean that it came from a baby animal. Recently took a trip to an alpaca farm and it was so interesting. That term baby actually has to do with the grade of the fiber, assuming that cashmere is graded similarly. Baby cashmere just means that it is a very soft, very fine, smooth fiber. This is another Loro Piana sweater. This one is in silk. It had 6 bids on it and went for $193. This next one is one that was titled Rainbow Fairy Dress. Bids were started at $500 and it sold with 1 bid for $500. This is from a brand that's called La Femme, but it really goes to show how important those style aesthetic based keywords are, like fairy, which is really trending right now. And if you're looking for other trending aesthetic based keywords, these can really give you a boost in your sales. These can really boost up your average selling price on every item. And I do have a poster with 80 of these style based keywords on it I'm going to link to over here. Lululemon can be a hit or miss brand when it comes to auction, and it's usually newer items and select styles. I do have a video where I show you how to date Lululemon items as well as be able to look up the style name. I'm going to link to that video up here. And this is an example of a Lululemon item that sold on auction for $54 after 14 bids. Carhartt jackets usually do really well on auction. This is one that had 29 bids on it and went for $86, and it is Sherpa lined. This next one is an all over print t-shirt with a dragon on it. And those dragons were really popular around the Y2K era. If you're looking for other features like this that really boost the value of items, I'm going to link to a video up here with other Y2K features. This one does have a lot of holes in it, as well as the tag printing is almost completely worn off. This one had 16 bids on it, and it ended up going for $51. Vuori is another activewear brand that has a pretty decent following to it. This is a women's hoodie that went for $69 after 18 bids. This is another one bid item. It's a vintage t-shirt with an eagle on it, as well as the logo from American Biker. The tag on it says 3D emblem, but it's not so much about the tag with this item as with what is on this shirt. This one had one bid and it went for $55. Oh, and I did a little research on what American Biker is. I'm still not quite sure, so if somebody knows, drop it in the comments in this video. This one had 11 bids on it, went for $65. I got a real kick out of this one, so I had to show it. This is a pair of men's bodybuilding trunks. I can honestly say that I have never found anything like this. I probably wouldn't have even known what it is, but anytime you pick up something that you're not quite sure what it is, there's a really good chance that that's an item with a purpose that people are out there shopping for. And obviously the demand is there if it had 11 bids on it. Oh, and it's from a brand called Anna K Designs, if you were wondering. Cotopaxi is a really solid brand. This is a women's color block jacket. It had 15 bids and went for $61. Unusual items can also do really well on auction. This is a two-piece Adidas plaid track set, the jacket as well as the matching pants. This had 35 bids on it and went for $135. This is a Ralph Lauren Aztec cardigan sweater. It had 34 bids on it and went for $72. This is another cardigan sweater. This is from a brand that's called Varley. It had 5 bids on it and went for $68. Military issued items can also do really well on auction. They don't even have to be that old for the demand to be there. This is a field jacket that had 2 bids on it and went for $99. This is another unique item with glow-in-the-dark eyeballs on it. It's from Fruit of the Loom. It's not even made in the USA. It's actually made in the Dominican Republic. This had 1 bid on it for $50. Higher end luxury brands usually do really well on auction. This is an item from the brand Acris. This had 8 bids on it and went for $78. This is from Polo Ralph Lauren, and these bear sweaters always do really well. Bears and flags. This one had 8 bids on it and went for $181. This is a Michael Simon 4th of July sweater with hot dogs and hamburger and mustard on it. This one had 2 bids on it and went for $65. You're probably noticing that a lot of these items are vintage items. That is one of the most lucrative niches to be selling in as a clothing reseller. I do have a complete guide to selling vintage clothing I'm going to link to over here. This is a 2-piece set from Aviator Nation, a sweatpants set as well as the matching hoodie. This one had 11 bids on it and went for almost $154. Of course, certain Nike styles as well as Air Jordan styles can do really well on auction, especially if they're really unique or a collaboration. This is a Nike collaboration with an Olympic skateboarding gold medalist by the name of Yoto Horigoma. This one had 18 bids on it and went for $163. This is a vintage Fantasia Disney all over print t-shirt. This one had 16 bids on it and went for almost $85. This is a vintage t-shirt with the Tasmanian Devil, and all of those Looney Tune characters can do really well on auction. This one had 14 bids on it and went for $52. If you've got furs in grandma's closet, that could be another really good thing to auction. This is an example of an unbranded mink fur jacket that went for $71 after 4 bids. Batman is another one of those things that buyers are really after. This one had 11 bids on it. It's a t-shirt that sold for $1,025, and the brand tag does say changes, but it's not so much about that tag as it is what is on the outside of that t-shirt, which is Batman. I want to take a quick second to invite you to check out the Empowered Reseller membership program. This is where resellers are getting the biggest results, the biggest profits, and the fastest sales. It's all about arming you with information to beat out your competition and make more profit on every single item. Not only do my members get access to my entire Empowered Reseller course vault, access to my VIP community, being able to ask me questions personally, but they also get free access each and every month to my monthly sourcing boxes. These are deep dives into lucrative clothing niches so that you never walk by profitable items again. Plus, they help you know the top BOLOS, the best keywords to use, and other ways to be able to boost your profits on every single item. Down in the description below this video is where you'll find the link to be able to check it all out, and we would love to be able to welcome you into our VIP community soon. Magnolia Pearl is one of those brands that has such a good demand that a lot of the items can do well on auction. This is a shirt that had 35 bids on it and went for $246.50. This is a really interesting jacket from the Indian National Finals Rodeo. This is made by the brand Roper. It had 9 bids on it and went for $162.50. This is another Aviator Asian item. This is just the sweatpants that sold with 1 bid for $87. This is a Carhartt blanket line jacket that had 10 bids on it, went for $128. Patagonia is another one of those really solid brands for both men and women. This is a quilted women's jacket that had 14 bids and ended at $52. Stetson is another one of those brands with a really good demand that can do well on auction. This is a vintage hat that had 18 bids on it and went for $383. This is another 1 bid item that could have possibly gone for a little more. This is a pair of women's jeans from the brand Jinko. This one went for $200 with 1 bid. This is a pair of cowboy boots from the brand Cody James. This one went for $330 after 6 bids. So I'd love to know, have you sold items at auction before? If so, let us know what your best sale is. And if you haven't yet tried out an auction, I'd love to hear from you of what is the biggest thing holding you back. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're looking for other items that sell fast, I'm going to link to a video up here with other clothing fast flippers. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video soon.